Good morning and welcome back to A to Z Gardening. I'm here in a small selection of perennials. Perennial gardening has become way more popular. It's growing in popularity for the last 4 or 5 years. It is popular because I think folks want to take areas that may have been high maintenance and make them lower maintenance by plants that come back every year. That's what an herbaceous perennial is. I have a couple selections here that may be old-fashioned perennials, and that's Dicentra or the bleeding heart plant. This is the old-fashioned type of bleeding heart plant. Lots of folks come in looking for it to add to their shady garden. This plant here likes it a little cooler, a little casual. It's a good companion plant to, say, sedges and ferns and hostas and such. But the downside, if you want to call it for that, of this Dicentra is that it blooms very, very early. It comes up very early. It's still cold, little dreary, rainy. And this plant adds some color, adds some real nice ferny looking texture to your shade garden in the early spring. Once the heat comes and it's time to start planting those peppers and tomatoes, the ground warms up, dries out, this plant goes to sleep. It's already done its job. A little bit trending, newer variety of the bleeding heart is the fern leaf Dicentra here. This one here is called Luxuriant. The good side to this kind of Dicentra is that it'll tolerate a little bit more sun. It stays nice and compact, and it blooms and stays awake for a long period of time. It doesn't go to sleep immediately after blooming like the old-fashioned bleeding heart does. You'll see a long bloom pattern on this as well. Nice tight habit to it. So a little bit different twist on the perennial herbaceous type of Dicentra or bleeding heart. For any questions about the trending perennial herbaceous perennial crops, feel free to contact any of us professionals here at Stands.